Now is 6:35 and a local home is being featured on the national stage. It's pretty cool. The Niles house has been in This Old House, the Wall Street Journal, and Chicago Home and Garden magazine.
It's all because this house was built before the Civil War, actually as a barn, and WSBT's Kristen Bean is here. Kristen, the barn really wasn't in very good shape, was it?
Oh, no, it was not something you'd want to live in. Take a look. It's what a lot of old barns look like. Dilapidated, dismal, and just plain old. It sat that way for a long time until Judith Rock came along. And you might say she has an eye for art.
Art lines the walls of her Niles home. There's even a Lichtenstein and a Frank Stella, two well-known artists. But Judith Rock's home is in itself a work of art.
Well, it's not the typical house, I guess.
Her house is a barn.
All the beamwork is original in this barn. And this barn was moved from another location. It's pre-Civil War.
Rock has lived on this property since the 80s, but only committed to living in the barn about 7 years ago. That's when the project started. And boy, was it a project.
Terrible shape, falling down shape almost.
The roof needed to be fixed, a foundation needed to be poured, and everything in the barn needed to be cleaned and treated. Much of it is original, like the large doors and the giant beams, and she helped design it.
I think that I always envisioned this kind of space, and it just sort of flowed along as we worked on it.
Rock doesn't call herself an artist, but she definitely has an eye for art.
Look how beautiful this is. These are boxes and boxes, and then we hung them so that the shadows are part of the piece.
She owns an art gallery in Harbor, an old two-room schoolhouse that she renovated.
I look for things that are not necessarily beautiful, but things that are interesting, that pique some curiosity.
And her home definitely does that.
So neat. If you want to see more pictures of Judith's house, you should check out the link to This Old House in Wall Street Journal. I'll clip those to this story on our website at WSBT.com. And if you'd like to talk with Judith yourself, her art gallery in Harbor is holding a massive show on Labor Day weekend. In the studio, I'm Kristen Bean, WSBT Channel 22 News.
Kristen.